So it is October 14th, 2017. I'm about 1 week shy of 9 months on testosterone. I'm home. I just got home from a dance party, which was really cute and sweet. But I was like too tired to go any longer, so I had to come back here. I'm making a video now because I have time. I've been super busy and making videos hasn't been the first thing on my mind, but I did want to continue to track changes. Since 6 months, since 6 months on T, I've been a lot less diligent about tracking changes. I was taking a photo every single week, and since then, I've probably taken like 3 or 4 photos total. And I was trying to make a video every like month or month and a half, and I haven't been doing that either. This is the first one in 3 months. And I've also gone down in dose. I was up to 0.35, and I went down to 0.3, and then I went down to 0.25. And the reason for that is I feel like I've kind of reached this point that I was hoping to get to, where about 50% of the time people read me as like a dude, and 50% of the time people read me as a woman. I feel like that's, I don't know, it's uncomfortable for sure, to never know how someone is perceiving me until they give me like a very specific cue. But it's also like, that's not what my gender identity is. It's not 50% male, 50% female, but it's more in line with that than being read as a woman 100% of the time. And I don't want to be read as a man 100% of the time. So I think I'm like in this in-between place that comes as close as I think I can come to being perceived as the gender that I actually am. So yeah, so I've just decreased my dose in order to, I'm trying to like experiment to figure out at what dose I can like maybe maintain. I don't know if that's actually possible, but that's what I'm going for. But anyway, that gives me a lot of fear, actually, for a few reasons. One being like, it's really scary, especially when I'm interacting with men, to not know if I'm being seen as a man or not. I think that if men are perceiving me as like a fellow man, they treat me really differently. And then I also think that if they realize, certain men, I worry that if they realize I'm trans, that could be dangerous for me. So it feels a lot scarier to be in this in between place where I think that I might be perceived as like trying to trick someone. My masculinity could somehow be threatening to cisgender men, and they might do something like rape me. So yeah, it's interesting to be in this place where I'm like, okay, like my body sort of kind of matches what like my um, heart and mind feel, and yet this is like the least safe I could probably be in my own body. Um, So I'm not sure what to do with that, and I've also had a really hard time recently imagining my future, like imagining myself 5 years from now or 10 years from now. Like, I can't quite imagine like being in this in between space forever because it feels so scary. Um, but I also like don't want to just like be a middle-aged man. Um, yeah. So it's just really hard. It's really hard to imagine like what I'm going to look like, how I'm going to present, how I'm going to be perceived when I'm older, even like 5 years from now. I'm like terrified of just like always being perceived as a cisgender man, um, because I think they kind of suck mostly, and that's just not who I am, and I think I would feel invisible, but I'm also kind of terrified of being perceived as who I am all of the time. Um, and living in this like weird in between, like dangerous feeling space. Um, so yeah, but in terms of changes in the past few months, I think, I mean, one of the reasons that I'm recording this video is actually just to compare my voice to past recordings. I think my voice is probably deeper. I have a lot more facial hair. I started shaving because I hate it. I was scared to shave because I thought that it would make me grow back hair even more, and I kind of still think it's going to, even though my barber friend said that it wouldn't. I'm skeptical because I think it already has. So hair, more facial hair is not my favorite. Um, my hair on my head is like thinning. Um, so I also don't love that, and that was like maybe part of the impetus. Oh yeah, you can kind of see there. Part of the impetus for me going down in dose because I didn't want to lose all my hair. I've had a lot of back pain recently. I think there's a lot of factors, but I think, or I know that whenever I put on my binder, which is every single day, my back pain feels worse. So I have a surgery date in March, and I was feeling kind of complicated about it because it just feels like, yeah, such an extreme procedure um, that I don't always feel certain about. But recently I've just been like, fuck binders. And I've worn a binder for like 5 years, and I hate my boobs. They're actually nice boobs, but I don't like them on me. So yeah, so I think it's going to be really nice to get surgery and not to bind and to have my body actually feel good. It's been really hard not to be able to exercise as much recently, both because of back pain and because I've been in school and work and just had no free time or energy. That's been really hard for my mental health. Um, but yeah, I am glad I'm on testosterone because I think that helps me. I think if I wasn't on testosterone and I wasn't able to exercise, I would just be losing my mind. But I'm only losing most of my mind now without exercise. Anyway, those are some gender things on my mind.